Now, active coronavirus cases top 300 in Wisconsin, rising by more than 100 in just one day.
And with many service workers in our area temporarily out of a job, how you can still tip your server.
Plus, a vote on an economic stimulus bill fails in the Senate. What lawmakers think will happen next.
This is News 3 Now at 5:30.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Ohio, Louisiana, and Delaware are issuing stay-at-home orders tonight, bringing the total to 8 states under a partial lockdown. That comes as confirmed cases of coronavirus right here in Wisconsin continue to rise. At least 382 people have now tested positive for COVID-19 in the Badger State, a 102-case increase from just yesterday and nearly double from Friday when there were only 206 cases. 61 cases are confirmed in Dane County, while Milwaukee County is up to 182. Authorities say 4 people have died from the virus in the state. The latest, a 69-year-old man who traveled to Wisconsin from out of state. There's more than 32,000 cases and 400 deaths across the country.
To combat the spread of the virus, 2 northern Wisconsin counties are asking seasonal homeowners not to visit. In inter-county travel advisories, the Vilas and Oneida County boards are urging people to stay in their winter homes during the pandemic. Both counties claim to have one of the highest populations of older adults in Wisconsin and a, quote, very limited healthcare infrastructure.
Governor Tony Evers is issuing 2 emergency orders. One order suspends administrative rules for hours of instruction in schools, as well as student-teacher assessments. Another directs utilities to not disconnect customers for not paying and stop all late fees to customer accounts.
SSM Health hospitals in Wisconsin are no longer allowing any visits, with a few exceptions. Visitors over the age of 18 will only be allowed to visit in end-of-life situations, while birth suites, pediatric, and NICU rooms will only be allowed 1 visitor at a time. Dow futures fell 5% tonight, hitting the limit down maximum and halting futures from falling.
The decline came just before a procedural vote on a massive stimulus package failed in the Senate. The vote ended with a 47-47 split. Lawmakers needed to clear a 60-vote threshold. Democrats continued negotiations throughout the afternoon in hopes of a bipartisan bill.
We'll be introducing our own bill, and hopefully it'll be compatible with what they discuss in the Senate.
The fate of the final proposal and possibly the American economy is in the hands of Congress. It's all in an effort to ward off a severe economic downturn in the U.S. as businesses have shut down and workers are forced to stay home. Lawmakers are hoping to figure out how to help those business owners and workers before they run out of money.
The American people need an outcome, and they need it tomorrow. They need us to vote to advance this legislation today and pass it tomorrow.
A final vote to pass any agreement was set for as soon as tomorrow. The vote was delayed after Senator Rand Paul confirmed he tested positive for COVID-19. The Kentucky senator is the 3rd congressperson to get infected. On Twitter, he says he's, quote, feeling fine and not showing any symptoms. He says he was not aware of any direct contact with any infected people. Senators Mike Lee and Mitt Romney of Utah are now self-quarantining after close interactions with Paul.
Disgraced former movie producer Harvey Weinstein tested positive for COVID-19 today. He is now in isolation in prison. Weinstein was sentenced last month to 23 years in prison for rape and sexual assault. He's being held in a facility in Western New York. As the federal government negotiates the stimulus package, governors say states are having to compete against each other for desperately needed medical supplies to treat COVID-19 patients. That includes personal protective equipment for doctors and first responders. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says it's like the wild, wild west.
We're competing against each other. We're competing against other countries. You know, it's a wide, wild west, I would say, out there. And indeed, we're overpaying, I would say, for PPE because of that competition.
At a task force briefing today, President Trump says the federal government is doing everything it can to help the states that have been hit the hardest.
Today, I'm announcing action to help New York, California, and Washington ensure that the National Guard can effectively respond to this crisis. The National Guard, these are tremendous people. They're fully on alert. We've signed what we had to sign. and it's been activated. We're dealing also with other states. These states have been hit the hardest.
Governor Tony Evers is asking federal officials for help in getting more personal protective equipment in Wisconsin. Evers says he has directed state emergency management officials to ask the Federal Emergency Management Agency for help to get 50,000 masks, 10,000 face shields, 11,000 coveralls, 3,000 N95 masks, and 35,000 pairs of protective gloves. The gear will go to first responders.
Outside of the U.S., Colombian authorities say 23 prisoners died and 83 were injured in a riot this morning. Officials say the prisoners were attempting to escape due to poor conditions, which inmates argue will spread the virus. 7 workers were injured. 2 of them are in critical condition. Colombia has 231 confirmed coronavirus cases, but 0 in jails. Spanish soldiers are setting up hospitals as the nation's death toll continues to rise. Spain says 394 people have died of the coronavirus. Yesterday, the country's highest single death toll yet. More than 1,700 have died in the country. Spanish officials have confirmed 28,000 cases so far, but authorities expect those numbers to continue to rise in the coming days. Let's check your first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Pretty cloudy day today, Dana.
It did turn out to be a little cloudy, and unfortunately that kind of stopped our temperatures a little bit this afternoon. We struggled yet again to get to the mid-30s, so it was a bit below average. The good news, your week ahead is going to include temperatures above average. 36 the high this afternoon. Now we're looking at some light snow chances building in for areas mainly southeast of Madison. Our Doppler track over the last 6 hours bringing this chance of snow in. It's going to lead to accumulation totals of maybe a few tenths of an inch. This is a very minor event, and it will melt away tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, mostly cloudy tonight with low temperatures close to 30 degrees. We will take a closer look at Monday and some rain chances for the work week in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Dana. State leaders say Governor Evers isn't doing enough to ensure safe voting during next month's elections. The Associated Press reports more than 200 local leaders sent the governor a letter this week. Other states, including Louisiana and Ohio, have postponed primaries in hopes of slowing the spread of COVID-19. Evers has insisted the April 7th elections go on as scheduled, and he's urging people to vote absentee.
With bars and restaurants shut down, except for carryout and delivery service, thousands of people in our area are without their usual income. Madeline O'Neill tells us how the community is helping those in the service industry and how you can too.
Well, this pandemic is affecting many industries, but a lot of bartenders and servers that relied upon income was cut off just like that last week. Now, with looming worries of rent and other bills, helpers in our community knew they had to do something.
Every day it's waking up and seeing what the new normal is.
With the pandemic leaving many restaurants dark and empty.
Extremely unusual.
Rockhound Brewing Company is keeping the lights on with limited hours and carryouts.
We're doing it basically to keep the doors open, so hopefully our Rockhound family has, a place to come back to.
It comes after laying off 21 of 23 employees, according to House Manager Jamie Fairbanks.
It was heartbreaking.
While servers throughout Madison can't currently count on tips.
Human concern for other people is one of the most durable things in the world.
This is Preston H. Austin, a Madisonian who, like many of us, is at home missing his usual food stops.
Oh, God, all the restaurants.
After being inspired by an effort in Pittsburgh last Monday, Austin and a friend, Philip Crawford, created a virtual tip jar at tipyourserver.org. It allows you to deposit money directly to any of the nearly 2,000 Madison area servers who have signed up. You can choose the establishment or pick randomly.
Those of us who have more reliable incomes, I think, have an obligation and a duty to help out where we can.
Austin says he's already heard stories about how it's helping ease the burden.
Benefited at the level of, okay, I can buy groceries that I couldn't otherwise buy. And that's a big, big deal.
What did you just do? There's a lot of people trying to figure out how to pay their rent and pay their bills. And if, the community wants to help, it's amazing.
Fairbanks says she's encouraged Rockhound staff members who are currently out of work to sign up for the virtual tip jar.
This is our new normal.
While offering any in-person tips, too.
Any and all tips that people are bringing in when they're doing their carry-out orders, I'm giving those to the staff.
It's not just those who work for the food industry. Some who work in salons have signed up as well. Those interested in giving back or signing up as a server can visit tipyourserver.org. We do have that on our website as well.
All right, thanks so much, Maddie. The city of Madison is helping to support local restaurants as well. Madison Parking Utility is creating temporary loading zone parking restrictions near restaurants offering carryout service. Now, this means that you can park short-term and pick up without getting a ticket. City officials say you should follow all other posted restrictions, though. Parking has been blocked off in designated areas near State Street as well.
Restaurants in our area are adjusting to the new rules, limiting them to carry-out and delivery. Riley's Tavern in Verona has hosted its traditional pancake breakfast on Sundays for years, but is now having to do it via carry-out. The tavern's co-owner says while this isn't necessarily the way she envisioned reinventing the tavern, it's critical that they stay open.
It's important because we want to keep the doors open for ourselves, but also for the neighbors and the community. I know people are getting a little stir crazy, and so we want to give them the opportunity to come out and get some good food and some good coffee, but in a safe way.
Riley's plans on continuing the carry-out pancake breakfast until the state gives them the all clear to open up the dining room again. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, Dana's back with your first WARN forecast.
Plus, as churches follow restrictions on mass gatherings, we visit one Johnson Creek congregation that is thinking outside the box.
Deer Season Madness is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere and your super-size Sloan deal. Get 0% for 84 months or $159 per month on a John Deere 1025R. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and...
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
If you don't have U.S. Cellular 5G, you could have inside phobia, the fear of losing your signal inside.
Hello?
Forecast cloudy and windy and cold.
But don't worry, U.S. Cellular has your back with our 5G network now in Wisconsin and the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, free when you switch. Connect from outside to inside without interruption. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S20 5G on U.S. Cellular 5G. Choose fair.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
The road to Deer Season Madness is at Sloan's. Get a John Deere and your no doubt about it Sloan deal. Get 0% for 60 months or $219 per month on a John Deere XUV 835M. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and...
Hi everyone, Hattie's looking ahead to a mild yet rainy week in her first WARN forecast, and Leah is back with us in studio Monday after a week of social distancing. We'll have the latest on the coronavirus pandemic and what that means for your family stuck at home.
Well, churches around the world are adjusting to new rules limiting mass gatherings, and a Brazilian church is putting pictures of congregants in their pews. That was inspired by a church in Italy. People have sent more than 170,000 pictures to the church. The priests say they don't feel alone now when they celebrate Mass and broadcast their services online. Now, gathering restrictions are clearly having an effect on a lot of weekly scheduled events, including church on Sundays.
Yes, our Gabriela Becerra shares how local congregations are finding ways to still come together.
A lot of church services are canceled this week. Some are being live streamed, but there's one congregation in Johnson Creek that's doing things behind closed doors.
We are going to go up to 87.9.
Sitting in the car with the radio on isn't typically accepted on Sundays during church.
I tell you, I never anticipated we would be giving up so much for Lent.
But that's how members of St. John's Lutheran Church will worship for the foreseeable future.
We will worship together, and as best we can, we will have fellowship together.
The idea for the service came to Pastor Dale Vlasnik from a memory as a child.
Ever since I've served here, this parking lot has reminded me of a drive-in movie theater I used to go to as a boy.
Those facing the coronavirus are in their thoughts and prayers.
Grant our leaders wisdom. Give patience and compassion to healthcare workers. Protect the most vulnerable among us, and guide each of us to make good decisions for our families, workplaces, and communities.
And Vlasnik is leaving everyone with a special message during these trying times.
Loving our neighbors as we love ourselves looks a little different in this day and age. And so as people of God, as people of faith, we're going to make mistakes. But if we're going to make mistakes, we're going to try to make mistakes on the side of love.
Their pastor says that services can continue like this as long as there are restrictions on gatherings. In Johnson Creek, Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
St. John's Lutheran Church, like many others in the area, will be live streaming services and devotions throughout this stay-at-home period.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with Dana Fulton. A chance for some snow tonight, right? But it should be light.
Yes, just some light snow, some flurries coming through over the next few hours. It's really not going to lead to much accumulation, except for areas south of Madison. Could see a few tenths of an inch, but that's just about it. Skies are going to stay cloudy tonight, and as we head into Monday, some light snow possible for the next, again, few hours south of Madison. And then temperatures for the rest of the week are finally going to climb above average. Yesterday and today were just a little cool outside for our weekend, only seeing highs in the mid-30s, and we should be in the mid-40s this time of year. Looking at our future track, mostly cloudy skies tonight. The main snow, of course, staying south of Madison. The edge of Rock and Greene County could see a little light accumulation by tomorrow morning, but after midnight, it's all out of here. And for early tomorrow morning, temperatures will be close to 30 degrees for overnight lows. Afternoon highs will climb to the mid to upper 40s. Overall, a pretty calm day, just a cloudy sky outside. Will stay cloudy Monday night heading into Tuesday. And for Tuesday, we're looking at a small chance for some light showers developing later on in the day. Right now, it doesn't seem like a great opportunity to have a lot of rain coming through, but these light shower chances kind of pop up as we go through the work week. A few more opportunities for light rain will develop. And these snow chances, barely a half of an inch likely towards Monroe or Janesville. That's on the generous side of the light snow coming on in, but it's targeted towards the southeast corner of the state. Areas north not seeing anything coming through, and that is going to melt away later on in the day as temperatures climb on up. Now, for our precipitation chances looking through the rest of the month and into April 1st, that's where our 10-day lands us. We're expecting things to stay pretty close to average, so some light rain chances developing, and that's good news. We don't want too much or too little right now. A lot of folks starting to get into that gardening mindset. Things should stay pretty close to average with our shower chances. Drier air expected off to the west with a little more moisture expected towards the east coast. Tomorrow afternoon will be close to 48 for afternoon highs, so a very seasonable afternoon. Closer to 50 on Tuesday with a chance for some showers developing later on in the day. And then for Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures also staying in the 50s. Rain chances likely on Wednesday and another chance for rain on Thursday, and then another chance for rain on Friday. Friday morning temperatures will drop close to freezing, so we could see some light flurries or even a little mixed precipitation expected for early Friday morning. Saturday and Sunday, we're back close to 50 with any showers ending early on Saturday. That'll give us partly sunny skies later on in the day and sunshine expected for Sunday. So temperatures continue to go on up, and all of those rain chances for the entire week barely add up to a half of an inch. So it's really not a lot of rain coming in, even though it kind of looks like it because we have to deal with it every day.
And it fools you because you see all those rain chances each day.
And it's just light rain coming in. Some days even just some drizzle chances.
We like the 50s though.
Yes.
Yes.
We're a fan of that. Thank you, Dana. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, see how families in our area are trying to brighten the spirits of those in nursing homes without even going inside. That's next.
News 3 Now
First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Volkswagen's list of standard features goes on and on, but this event won't. Hurry in during the not-so-standard spring event and you can lease a new 2020 Tiguan. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 to its sign. Practically just sign then drive.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all. And I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
There's a splash of surprise in every Wisconsin Lottery scratch game. Introducing 5X, 10X, 20X, and 50X, the newest multiplier family of games with prices of $1, $2, $5, and $10. The bigger the ticket, the bigger the multiplier, with top prizes of up to $100,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Announcing another Best of Madison 2020 award. And the winner is Wollersheim Winery and Distillery, winner of 2 gold awards, Best Winery and Best Distillery, the home of Prairie Fumé and Press House Brandy. See all winners in the April issue of Madison Magazine.
During these tough times, all of us at News 3 Now would like to thank every one of the doctors, nurses, medical staff, and first responders throughout our community.
Please know that your efforts are recognized and greatly appreciated.
Can you throw in 2 years of the carefree scheduled maintenance, the turbocharged engine,
and smartphone integration?
Yeah, all comes standard.
Hurry in during the not-so-standard spring event and you can lease a new 2020 Tiguan. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 to its sign. Practically just sign then drive.
Hi, we're just out. We had a wedding that was canceled, and we're out spreading cheer around town the best we can. So we're picking different neighborhoods and just handing out flowers.
Oh, how cool. An Arkansas florist had 200 flower arrangements ready for a wedding yesterday morning, but the big day was postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. So florists Brittany and Dale decided to go door to door around town and deliver the flowers with the bride's permission, of course. A group of parents and young kids in Verona have banded together to brighten the spirits of residents in an area nursing home.
Our Tahalil Mohadeen shows us how these families are doing something good and using their artistic creativity to make an impact.
Stuck inside with no visitors, residents at Four Winds Manor peer outside their window to find this.
There we go.
An array of kid-decorated, colorful yard signs to brighten their day.
It was pretty fun to make it all for these people.
It began when nurse practitioner Mackenzie Clark-Seltzner learned that due to the coronavirus, residents at this nursing home wouldn't be allowed visitors and decided to do something to lift their spirits.
Kind of thought, could I buy some signs and get some moms that I work with to have their kids draw pictures and uplifting sayings on them.
Yeah, you're almost in. There you go.
Clark-Seltzner thought it would be a great way for kids who are out of school to give back. So she reached out to her network of moms, and within minutes, she received their excited replies.
Shows how great of a community that we have here in Verona and how everyone's willing and ready to jump in and help out in every way possible.
So the group of moms, dads, and their kids got to work decorating these festive signs, then placing them right outside the windows of the nursing home's residents.
She saw our sign and she smiled. She looked happy. We gave her a big wave. It was nice. Felt good.
Parents hope that the day's excitement will prove to be a good lesson for their kids on the value of connecting with people.
After you put that in, I want you to wave to her.
In Verona, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Now, if your family is self-quarantining and looking for something to do, you can also cheer up some of our most vulnerable neighbors with a card. Employees at Home Again assisted living facilities in Cambridge, Columbus, and Wanakee are asking folks to send a little love with a card. We have that information on our website. That's channel3000.com.
New tonight, Canada says it won't send athletes to the Olympics if they're held this summer. Earlier today, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo may have to be postponed if they cannot run in their complete form due to the coronavirus pandemic. International Olympics Committee officials are still trying to figure out a timeline going forward for if the Games can proceed as scheduled. Just yesterday, the committee planned on going forward with the events starting July 24th, but several national groups from Brazil, Norway, and the U.S. said they don't think it's a good idea and the Games should be postponed.
At this point, it's just stress. That's really all we have because there's so much that goes into preparing for the Games. And now we have nowhere to go for a month. And then now after that, you have to get ready for it. It's just so much that's going on in all of our minds. And, you know, we just don't know what to do. We're all lost. We're at a loss for words.
IOC officials say it's still premature to make a final decision, but they're trying to avoid canceling the Games altogether.
And with NASCAR and all major sports on hiatus for the foreseeable future, the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series getting some love today, with a lot of NASCAR drivers racing virtually from their homes. Kind of cool. Even Dale Earnhardt Jr. participated, and he's retired. And he had the lead for the final lap at the Dixie Vodka 150. It's modeled after the Homestead track. But Denny Hamlin won the checkered flag. He donated $5,000 to families in the Homestead area affected by COVID-19. And stay with us. Dana has a final check of your weather after the break.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
It's so good to see you. I missed the reunion, but these are for you.
Is she a relative?
She pretends to be so she can get our employee discount.
But during the Steinhoffel's employee family price sale, everyone gets the same discount that we get.
Yeah, I should probably tell her.
It's Steinhoffel's employee family price sale, where everyone pays what we pay. Get 40% on the largest selection of the best brands at the best prices. It's Steinhoffel's employee family price sale.
We cannot tell her.
Nope.
Pills. You crush them, kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat, but sometimes life gets in the way. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
While you're out there living
living life to its fullest, living every day like it's your last, seizing the days or carpeing the DMs. Just remember, you only need one Jeep Renegade. Because when you're a part of the longest lasting 4x4 SUV brand, you're ready to celebrate every moment.
Get 0% financing for 84 months on the 2020 Renegade, or well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $179 a month.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
The Portage Police Department made one girl's 7th birthday very special. She was hoping to have a party today, but because of social distancing, her family asked friends to drive by and give a birthday honk. Portage officers, including a K-9, rolled up in their squad cars and sang to her. K-9 Aries also gave her a puppy stuffed animal of himself. Oh,
so
I'm sure
cute.
that made her day.
Love it. Love it. All right, weather-wise, temperatures thankfully will be improving over the next few days. We'll be in the 50s by the middle of the week. That is going to come along with a few light rain chances. Not a lot of accumulation expected, but very spring-like with the showers coming through.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.